to another unit at Zing. We're entering really going toward the end. We only have about a month left in our internship, and I know that you've all been working hard, so this week we're going to be talking about some things that are near and dear to our hearts. We're entering the area where we are talking about place, the concept of getting our products from the site of production to the ultimate consumers. We can have the best product in the world, something people really want, but if we cannot get it to them at the time they want it or as much as they want, they're going to be very unhappy. When we talk about place and distribution, we talk about the ways that distribution helps marketing. There are four basic discrepancies that really we deal with. One is the discrepancy of quantity. We want to make sure that the customer gets as much as they need or want, but not too much. Without marketing channels, if we wanted milk, we would have to own a cow. But the average cow gives 5 gallons of milk a day, which is way more than the average family needs. And in addition, the next day that cow is going to give another 5 gallons of milk. So farmers and dairymen figured out a way to get marketing channels, get that milk to people who needed it and didn't want to have cows. There's also a discrepancy of assortment. If you want to have pancakes, you need an assortment of things. You need syrup, butter, pancake batter, wheat, eggs, plate to eat it on, forks to eat it with, a pan and a stove to cook it with, and marketing channels help us get all of those. We also have temporal discrepancies, having things at the right place at the right time. For instance, about now you're going to start seeing Christmas tree lots pop up, and Christmas tree farms announce that they're available for people to come and cut their Christmas tree down. We need it. That's when we want it. Having a Christmas tree lot and getting the trees to us about the middle of February would not be good. It would not meet that discrepancy. And finally, there's spatial. Marketing channels or channels of distribution help us get the product from the place where it's produced to the place where the consumer needs it. Distribution channels also allow us to have contact efficiency. Without them, we would have to visit every single car dealership in the world. We would even have to go to the manufacturing spot if we wanted to buy a car. But marketing channels bring all of those together for us to be able to choose. So rather than have to go to several factories for flat screen TV, we can go to Best Buy or some other store and look at them all together. We're also going to be talking about retailing, which is getting the product bought by one person or a wholesaler and then sold to the ultimate consumer. In our creative meeting, we're going to be working with Richland Mall. I think most of you probably are familiar with this mall. It's about 35 years old. It was originally called Richland Fashion Mall, and now is just Richland Mall. About 5 or 6 years ago, a new competitor came into town. Until then, Richland was really the only mall in town. There was Lake Air Mall, which was destroyed about 1995 or 96 to make room for the new Target Center. But as far as a mall and an enclosed mall, Richland Mall was it. It has morphed over the years and changed personality and appearance. And some people say Richland Mall at times has been dead, but people still go there. The new mall, Central Texas Marketplace, is at the corner of Highway 6 and I-35, really a very central location to reach some of the other surrounding communities in addition to Waco. It is built totally different. It's got freestanding separate buildings, so you have to walk from store to store. In Richland Mall, you have to walk from store to store, but it's enclosed, and that gives a real benefit in our Texas weather, where it's usually so hot or so cold that it makes it very uncomfortable. I've asked you to take a look at the Mall of America, which is one of the biggest malls in the world. It's located in Minnesota, and sometimes people say it is heaven for shopaholics. Take a look at it. It is an enormous mall. It is a destination. People take whole week vacations to go to that mall. So just take a look at it, and as you're talking about, you might want to see, is there something there that could be incorporated into the Richland Mall, which has improved with the addition of BJ's and other restaurants, but it's still needs a lot to be desired in some ways. So take a look at it. We'll talk about that during our creative meeting. We'll also talk about in our chit chat about different ways besides stores. We tend to think about shopping in stores in retail, but retail is expanding very much. I've added several sites to your chit chat. One is about REI, another is about Redbox, and finally is one that one of our interns told me, the accountant told me about, and it's Man Cave. They describe themselves as Mary Kay parties on steroids. It is for men. It is an in-home party, complete with beer and brats and sausages, and the product is meat and grilling accessories. So take a look, have fun, and I will see you next week.